Hello guys, welcome to BetIQ Academy. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how sport betting really works, the mistake that causes most bettors to lose money, and the principles of bankroll management that every beginner should understand before risking a single penny. This video is for educational purpose only and is designed to help you make smarter, more informed decisions with betting. The World Cup is around the corner. It's an opportunity for you to make money and not lose money. So let's get started. Okay, guys, before you bet on the World Cup, I'm going to relate this particularly to the World Cup because the World Cup is around the corner. There are three things or two things basically you need to understand: bankroll management and game analysis is very essential. Before we talk about winning, we need to understand why most bettors lose. The truth is that most people don't lose because they lack the knowledge of sports. They lose because they make emotional decisions. They ignore what we refer to as bankroll management. They bet more than they can afford to lose. They don't even actually even have a betting budget. Sport bet is not just about predicting games. It's about managing risks and staying disciplined over time. Number one, your bankroll management. First of all, what is a bankroll? A bankroll is the set aside money, a budget, a capital you are willing to risk or you're willing to invest on the games for a period of time. The World Cup has about 104 games in over 39 days. So, how much money are you risking? How much money are you willing to bet on the World Cup? It's a budget that should be set aside, and it should be money that you can afford to lose, not money that you can't afford to lose. Don't go use your house rent, don't go use your bill money. It should be money set aside for an investment, capital. And then there's something called a flat unit size. What is a flat unit size? Flat unit sizing refers to the amount of money you're about or percentage you're about to risk in your bankroll. So if I have a budget of 1,000 for the money I want to risk in the World Cup, automatically I want to take 1 or 2% per game. So now the 1% of 1,000 becomes my stake per game. For example, the 1% of 1,000 will be 10 dollars, 10,000 naira. It depends on what you're doing. Then you bet per game. We're going to dive into risk management over time. The one big mistake that most people bet, they bet based on reputation. Do not go betting because of reputation. Because C. Ronaldo is in Portugal, I love C. Ronaldo. I'm going to bet he's going to that team is always going to win. You could be wrong. The same way you could say, oh, Messi's in Argentina. I'm going to bet because Messi is there. They could lose. Focus more on evaluating the current form of a team, the injuries, and the tactical startup. Another thing you need to know during the early group stages is open to a lot of goals. That is the statics you need to know. And during the knockout stages, it becomes more defensive. If you're betting for the first time, then you should know there are three forms of betting which are easy. It's either you pick team A to win or team B to win, or they're gonna draw. On the safe side, which is called double chances, you can pick team one win or draw, team two win or draw, or either or is gonna win the game. Now, I need you guys to understand this is educational content. Sport betting involves risks. There are no guaranteed profits. Only bet what you can afford to lose and bet responsibly. Okay. Now let's jump into why most soccer bettors lose money. Betting with emotion is number one. Many bettors make decisions based on loyalty to their favorite team or frustration after a loss. Successful betting requires discipline and objective thinking. Backing your favorite club over data driven analysis, good. But when you do it without data analysis, then you could be wrong and you could lose money. Secondly, another factor is chasing losses. One of the biggest mistakes is trying to recover losses immediately by placing larger bets. This often leads to even bigger losses. Number three is poor bankroll management. Without a betting budget, a few bad decisions can wipe out your entire bankroll. Smart bettors protect their money by managing risks. Number four, lack of research. Many people place bets based on headlines or opinions instead of studying statistics, injury, the team form, and the matchups. They just jump and place bet based on favorism, emotional control, not data driven decisions. Then the last one happens to be unrealistic expectation. Sport betting is not a guaranteed path to wealth. Even experienced bettors lose regularly. Success comes from patience, discipline, and long term thinking. The difference between successful bettors and losing bettors is rarely luck. It is usually discipline, preparation, and proper bankroll management. Discipline beats emotion every time. That is something, a key factor you need to understand. When you're disciplined about your stakes, you're disciplined about your bankroll, you're disciplined about the data driven statistics that you have, not driven by the emotion that my favorite is playing in this team. It's gonna beat emotions all the time. What sport bet really is? One of the biggest misconceptions about sport betting is that it's easy money. The reality is that sport betting involves risks, uncertainty, and decision making based on incomplete information. Even the best of all best bettors in the world, they lose bets regularly. What separates successful bettors from unsuccessful ones is not perfection, it's discipline, research, long-term thinking. Smart bettors focus on making good decisions consistently, knowing that no single bet determines their success. Sport betting should never be viewed as a guaranteed success of income or a shortcut to wealth. That is one of the biggest mistakes most people make. Sport bet is risk management. Sport bet is research and analysis. Sports bet is probability and statistics. Sport bet is long term discipline. These are the methods you can be successful. Sport bet isn't a get rich scheme, kick scheme. Sport bet is not a guaranteed income, a replaced form of a job, or a way to win every bet. No. Successful bettors think in probability and not guarantees. How are you going to make this possible is now the strategy we're going to be visiting. But you need to understand these key factors first for you to be successful. Rule number one, very important rule. Before placing your first bet, the most important step is setting a budget, the amount of money you're willing to risk in this particular period betting. Smart bettors decide in advance how much money they are comfortable losing and they never exceed their amount. They understand that losing is a part of the sport betting game. It's a risk that has to be taken. Please, if the money you're going to lose is going to affect your finances, please do not use them to bet. Monthly budget is important, sticking to a limit per risk, percentage per risk of your budget. Then protecting your finance and accepting your losses is very important. Do not risk money you can afford to lose, please. Rule number two, Never chase losses. This is very important. Every better experience loss and stake. I've said this a number of times. The mistake many beginners make, or even people that are already in it, is trying to recover losses immediately by increasing their bet sizes. This is emotional reaction, and it often creates larger losses. Smart bettors understand that losses are part of the sport betting. Instead of you chasing losses, then stay disciplined, follow your plan, and keep your betting amount consistently. These are strategies that will be taught. Long term success comes from patience and not desperation. The goal is not to win back losses quickly, the goal is to make good decisions consistently that will lead to profit. Accept your losses, stay disciplined, same betting size, trust the process, and you're going to achieve long term growth. Rule number three, very, very important. Manage your bankroll, risk management. One of the most important concepts in sport betting is bankroll management. Your bankroll is simply the amount of money you decide to bet. But one good thing about professional bettors is they protect their bankroll by risking only a small percentage on each bet. The common guide is between 1 to 3%, but for me, I prefer between 1 to 2%. This approach helps you reduce the impact of losses when you lose. This allows you to stay disciplined over long term. Remember, successful betting is not about one big win. It's about consistency and proper risk management. The goal is not to get rich from one bet. The goal is to stay in the game, protect your capital, limit your losses, reduce emotion, and build discipline, and you'll be successful. Now that we've had the first three rules and we understand what bankroll management is, let's talk about something every bettor needs to understand before placing a bet. You have to understand what a betting odds is. Then two things, your style of betting and the strategy you use. On the screen, you can see the strategy to change the whole game for me, which is I had my bankroll capital for $620. It took 1% risk and I go for three odds. At this rate, even if I lose 50% of my bet and I win 50% of my bet with my compounding interest, which is called rollover, I will end up being profitable about 17.4% monthly average. I'm not really going to visit too much on this, but I'm just showing you the power of having a strategy and knowing what you're doing. With this strategy here, you can see the calculation, you can study it. It's going to lead me to about 17.4% growth, even if I lose 50% of the games. Now, if you go through the next slide, you're going to see the Excel and you're going to see what it can become in 24 months. As you can see in this Excel file, this is the strategy that changed my life. My bankroll was 620. I was risking 1% looking for three odds and a minimum of having a win rate of 50%. I still was able to make a return of capital investment for 4,599. That's taking 620 to 29,135 US dollars and 74 cents over a period of 24 months. This is how patience, growth, discipline, consistency, managing your bankroll can become profitable in the long run. I'm going to have the second or third video be more about strategies. Gambling is not a sin, but gambling can become an addiction. These are warning signs of problem gambling. If you have problem with gambling, please seek help. It's important. Do seek help. If you recognize two or more of this problem, then you have a gambling problem. Please seek help. Please bet responsible. Set a budget. Bet with your head and know your heart. Know the warning sign. Help is always available. And please subscribe to this channel because I'll be teaching a lot. Thank you.